Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something pretty exciting and something we haven't done in far too long, and that is I'm going to be showcasing kitbashes not from me, but from other members of this community, people that are very talented and make a lot of cool stuff that maybe don't get the recognition that they deserve. And in my own little way, I like to try to, whenever I can, to show off some of their stuff for them. So if you saw the other day, I put a post up on Instagram on my story saying, hey, just send me pictures of your kitbashes. And I also posted in the Kroot Discord, which if you want to be a member of that, just PM me or PM anybody else that makes cool Kroot stuff. We're probably all in it, and we're more than happy to have you as a part of that. But don't worry if your stuff didn't make it in. I might have just received it a little bit too late or whatever, and I was already making the video. But rest assured, remind me or just pay attention the next time I post it. I'll for sure get it in the next one. So without further ado, let's jump in and just start checking out these cool kit bashes. I'm just going to kind of give my little thoughts and feedback on them. And then I asked everybody, if there's anything you want me to say about it, the parts used, your thoughts behind it or whatever, to let me know. So I'll be, parroting what they said about the model. So to start things off, we have this amazing World Eaters Demon Prince. This is from Royal Purple Paint. This is somebody that I've been following for a long time. We've chatted back and forth a couple times about World Eaters kit bashes and whatnot. And the only thing he wanted me to say about this model in particular was, whenever somebody tells you, as far as Warhammer, that maybe something's not a good idea, or that they don't like it, if it's something you want to do, just go ahead and do it. I guess somebody somewhere must have told him that the axe was too big and it would look ridiculous. Well, I am here to say that they are completely wrong. This looks amazing. It appears he's taken the arms off of a Bloodthirster and put them on the new Demon Prince. So it's just got a ridiculous massive axe slung over its shoulder. Some tidy little bits of green stuff work there to get the pose quite right, and then in its other hand it is holding the severed head of the Avatar of Cain, which, that's everybody's favorite punching bag. Everybody kills the Avatar, but this guy certainly looks like he would be up to the job. Royals also assured me that it's going to have some really cool molten lava blood dripping off that, so that is going to be super cool. I'll have his Instagram popping up, and each of the submissions here, I'll have their Instagram names popping up, so you guys can go check these people out after the video. So moving on to the next one. Next we have the Kroot Ghosts of Dark Almond, and these are some pretty sweet, what I believe to be Tau stealth suit proxies. So what these are, they are Kroot that are mixed with Corvus Caval parts, and then the cool double-barreled rifles you see, those are, I guess, from Cromlech, which is like a third-party bit store. So these are just some really unique, alternative-looking Kroot. They might not even be stealth suits. I might have that part wrong. I'm going off memory, but these are really cool-looking, and they seem like it wouldn't be too difficult to kind of crank out a lot of them. So you could probably, even if you wanted to just use these as your Kroot force, and maybe you didn't need as many Kroot, I think you could probably bang out quite a few of them. So really cool, really well done, and really smooth, nice looking kit bash. It's not too crazy, but just different enough to be kind of eye-catching. The next piece is from Shloon Bash. Might have said that wrong, but this is pretty wild. So I guess this is a competition I've never heard of before, but it was basically, you can make anything as long as it's on a 160mm base, and it can't be bigger than that. But there was no restriction on height. So this mad lad took that as quite the challenge and decided to just go as high as he possibly could. And I guess the idea was to make a really cool scene that was kind of more chill and peaceful, not like a war scene, but still keep that cool, grim, dark aesthetic. So he thought, what better than to do Kroot day-to-day life? So he's made this kind of tree fort outpost type thing. It's using a lot of different terrain bits from various kits. I know there's some of the Into the Dark stuff, some of the Necromunda Ash Waste things, all constructed in this really quite beautiful, like I said, kind of treetop outpost thing. Of course, it's being manned by some Kroot Farstalkers, and it shows them just kind of chilling, going about their life. I believe he said it took him about a month to put this thing together, so hats off to you, dude. Well done. I know a lot of people that in a month's time don't even get one miniature done, and you've made you know, a whole damn scene here. So very well done. Looks super cool. I'd love to have a terrain piece like that on my board. Next up is this Space Marine character from Freak Miniature. Now, some of you guys might have seen this already on Instagram because it was drawn by the very famous Warhammer character illustrator Orneris. He does a ton of like fan, you know, he's like a commissioned artist, and he does really fantastic work for people that want their custom miniatures or characters shown off. So you might have seen it floating around from him. So the backstory on this guy, I guess, is that he is for Freak Miniatures custom chapter, who are basically like renegades but not full chaos. So the miniatures kind of reflect that. So you can see this is like a loyalist marine, but he's got a chaos backpack. The sword is from a Saurus warrior, so it's one of those cool kind of spiky club swords. So like not the craziest kitbash in the world. I think Freak Miniature is fairly new to the hobby just from the amount of posts he's shown, but I think it's a great start, and I think it's a cool character, and it's a cool you know, style of model to start with a unique chapter, and not just ultramarines or not just whatever. To go right off the bat with something unique, I think is really cool, and it shows a lot of promise. So great work, dude, and excited to see what you come up with next. Now we have this monstrosity. Now this is from the man himself, Kitbash Oddities. He needs no introduction. If you've seen any sort of odd, the model that just makes you stop and look at it and you're just, what is this? It looks cool, but like, what is this? Like, it is almost certainly his, especially if it's one of the like action figure scale models. He seems to love to make those, ripping parts off of everything, slapping them together, and he actually has a store, to my knowledge, where he sells these things and seems to do quite well. So if this thing looks appealing to you, or maybe check out his page. I'm sure there's about 1,000 more where this came from. So this guy is, I guess, Baron Harkin from Dune. I'm not familiar with Dune, so I don't really know who that is, but he's made him into very clearly some sort of Imperial Commander, going for like a Napoleon theme, and it totally fits the bill of that kind of like, almost like, you know, corrupt, seedy, you know, overweight Imperial Commander, you know, maybe like a governor of a hive city or something. Very, very cool. Totally fits the vibe. And yeah, just yet another miniature from Kitbash Oddities that makes you kind of scratch your head while also going, damn, this thing's pretty cool. Next we have some Kitbash terrain, and ooh, that's the good stuff. I love me some Kitbash terrain. Terrain is fucking expensive. It is like hundreds of extra dollars to buy real terrain to fill up a board, and that's only one board. Like, God forbid you wanted to have some variety on there. So anytime I see somebody making them out of effectively like nothing or garbage or spare things or whatever, hats off to you. This stuff especially looks awesome. This is perfect, like shanty town. I'm not sure if this is for 40k necessarily, but it could be for any sort of game. This could be for Necromunda. This could be for you know, something that's not even Games Workshop related. It looks awesome. There's some very extensive weathering and weathering painting techniques, and to my knowledge this is almost all cardboard, so spare cardboard glued together and then painted very well to look like this. So great work, and this is from Flow A is the account, and I'll have that popping up of course with the other ones. Now this is the Empty Magazine painting, and we have quite the little collection of Kitbash Kroot here. We've got Kroot Vulturekin with some Tyranid Harpy wings. We've got a Kroot Ethereal there in the back. We've got several Kroot with heavy weapons. It appears like one is from the Into the Dark and the others are Kitbashed from Stealth Suits, I believe. Very cool little collection. I'm not sure if this is part of a larger army or if this is just a kill team so far, but a very cool looking force altogether, really showing that Kroot diversity where you can have, you know, 10 Kroot infantry models and not a single one looks alike to the other. And then his advice as far as Kroot kit bashing, and this is something I've used lots of times too, is a lot of times you don't need to do full green stuff sculpting. A lot of times you can just kind of trim the angle on shoulder pieces or on the torso so that the arm fits in a different way, and then you can kind of hide any little gaps with the Kroot shoulder pads or, you know, any other shoulder pad, Tau shoulder pad, whatever. But that's a good little piece of advice and maybe something that somebody new hasn't heard before. My god, what is that? Is that a second Space Marine on my channel? Oh, what does the world come to? Well, in all seriousness, this we can make an exception for. This is once again another one of them, they're in-betweener Space Marines. We have an Alpha Legion Marine that's made with an Intercessor kit, and I believe the backstory is once again that this is a sort of renegade chapter, renegade group of Alpha Legion that's not full chaos, but definitely not for the Imperium. So very cool. I always love seeing Alpha Legion. They have one of the most interesting but like varied paint jobs. Like there's so many different ways I see people do them. I see them do the kind of the blue-green or the scales, and then this where it's like the shiny blue. So it's very cool, very clean, and well executed. So excited to see more of that. Next we have some more lovely Kroot. This is again courtesy of somebody that is in our awesome Kroot Discord. These are the Macra Kindred. I might have said that wrong. I'll have that pop up on the screen along with the creator's name and info because I don't think I can pronounce it. This is just awesome. This is quite a little collection of images we've got here, a collection of Kitbashes. But first off is probably my favorite. We've got like what I would only describe as a Kroot, crusader slash, diplomat slash, freelance space pirate. He's got so much swag and character.
And sorry, before I forget, that was from Steve Walsh.
Of
course, I had that popping up
could
the
be
whole
crooted,
time I was talking, and
but
just
any
like an idiot forgot
any
to,
kit can be
actually say
crooted,
the name.
and this proves it right here. Next, we have some Kroot fighting a massive Kroot worm creature, which that's part of the lore of these guys. I guess their whole thing is that their world is very savage and primitive, and tons of crazy monsters and creatures on there that they fight as a rite of passage. And then their shapers, have a lot of like shamanistic magic. Maybe they ate something Zinchi along the way, and hence why there's what appears to be a walking tree platform slash gunboat in the last image there, which is just very rad and very different. So hats off to you, sir. Great work. And I know I've seen these before, and I've definitely appreciated them then, and I appreciate them now. They look awesome. Now, there seems to be a tradition of when I do these things that I get a whole bunch of amazing, awesome, creative, beautiful Kitbashes from people. And then I get some other ones. Now, not that these other ones aren't good, because they are, but I always get one person that sends me some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. It's always very good, it's always very well done, very well executed, but it's just like the mind of a human is an interesting thing. We got a lot of people out here who like, I got a box of parts, they're for Necrons, I'm gonna make a Necron thing. Then we got Blitz Mechanica here who's like, I got a whole bunch of Necron parts, I'm gonna make an owl. Like, why? Why are you making an owl? It's awesome, it looks great. But he saw all these parts and bits and he said owl. Even better yet, he then said flamingo. This is the only one on the internet, I guarantee it. I don't think anybody else has made a pink, large, kit-bashed flamingo out of what looks like a lot of like Necron scarab parts. I could be totally wrong, but that's just what it looks like. They look awesome. They're very weird. You might be bros with that kit-bashed oddities guy, because this seems kind of up his alley. But yeah, it's just a series of things that you're not going to see anywhere else. They look amazing. These aren't even quite the weirdest. I don't know if you guys remember, but at one point we had an Chaos Slanesh Knight with a rotating dildo Gatling gun. So we're not quite there yet. These things are beautiful, they're very creative, and very well done to you, sir. Guys, come quick. Guys, it's okay. Yarrick isn't dead. Commissar Yarrick isn't dead. He's right here. I found him. He turns out he was on the Kroot Discord all along. No, but in all seriousness, this is a wicked awesome Kitbash from Teko Muto from the Kroot Discord. And it was kind of a last minute submission. There was actually 2 on there that my dumbass hadn't checked, so we're adding them in now. And this looks super awesome. We've got like an Orc Power Claw in one hand,
Clearly using one of the Farstalker kits. Looks very cool, very unique. I'm not sure what he is going to be counting as. Maybe he is counting as a commissar. I don't know. But it looks awesome. It's a very unique take on a Kroot I haven't seen very often. Not often you see Orc Kroot or like Power Claw wielding Kroot. It's definitely a vibe I can get behind. TW should take notes. Get on that.
Another last minute submission from the Kroot Discord. Here we just have, this is just like a good, wholesome, down to earth collection of just messed around with Kitbash Kroot. We've got one with an extra large scope on his rifle. We got the one holding the bird. We got a couple with like more interesting weapons. Looks like a cool melee club thing and like a crossbow gun. This is like a down to your roots kind of Kroot Kitbash, if you will. Like just swapping a little bit of the weapons around, making things look a little more interesting, because that's what we were all doing with the original Kroot kit for so long before we finally started getting some more, access to parts and whatnot. So very well done. So that about wraps us up for another round of community kit bashes. Thank you to everybody who sent them in. A lot of awesome work. If you didn't make it in or you didn't know about the contest, no worries. I'll do another one soon enough and you can definitely get in then. What we're going to do now is going forward, if you want to get in, if you don't see the post or whatever, or if you make something cool tomorrow, use the hashtag KrootDudeKitBashes. And what I'll do is when I'm going to make another one, I'll throw up a post again asking people to send them directly to me, but I'll also check that and I'll use any of the ones in there that I haven't used before. And that way I'll try to get everybody in, or as many as I possibly can. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link down below that has all of my work in progress kit bashes in it, as well as the odd little painting tutorial, community messages, and upcoming videos, and little like things where I ask people what they'd be interested in seeing, and all that normal YouTuber junk. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to check that out. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.